Hello everyone, this is Ketish here. In this video, I'm going to go through question number 5 from the AQA Biology 2022 higher tier paper. Question number 5 is on the topic of organization. Water and carbon dioxide are exchanged between leaves and the atmosphere through pores called stomata. Name the cells that control the opening and closing of the stomata. That would be the guard cells. Now, just as a little bit of revision, here's a diagram of the stomata. Stomata is basically the opening, so it's not actually a structure, it's just the opening, and that's controlled by the guard cells, the bean-shaped cells, which you see here. Now, guard cells are basically plant cells. Obviously, they are situated on the bottom layer of the leaf, and they actually do have chloroplast, vacuole, all the similar structures to the other cells, the palisade and the mesophyll cells in the leaf. Water moves through a plant in the transpiration stream. Describe two differences between transpiration stream and translocation. Now, transpiration and translocation are two key movements of a process in which plants move substances through, in which materials move. So, transpiration stream involves the xylem and translocation involves the phloem. Transpiration stream transports water and minerals and ions, and translocation transports dissolved sugars. Transpiration stream moves substances upwards, and translocation moves substances upwards and downwards in both directions. Which environmental conditions would cause the rate of transpiration to be greatest in a plant? Now, that would be cold conditions. Transpiration is actually low, so it's not the first two. Warm conditions, yes, low humidity or high humidity, it's actually in low humidity, so it is number 3. Now, just as quick reference to give you a little bit of notes on the factors that affect rate of transpiration, you need to remember the factors that affect the rate of transpiration. Temperature and increase in temperature. So the arrows which are pointing upwards basically mean increase in temperature. So an increase in temperature means the transpiration rate increases. The reason for that is the kinetic energy movement of water molecules also increase, so they diffuse faster. Wind movement or movement of air molecules removes water molecules as they pass out of the leaf, which maintain a steep concentration gradient for diffusion. Low humidity level means the concentration of water molecules outside the leaf, steeper concentration of gradient. And increased light intensity means stomata open to allow gas exchange for photosynthesis, which means that water vapor can diffuse out of the leaf. Figure 7 shows some information about the mean width of the stomata in a plant. So the mean width is on the y-axis, and the time of day, midday, is in between here. That's the solid line is the normal condition, and at low carbon dioxide atmospheric conditions is the dotted line. So just to give you a little bit of note, stomata, here's a image of what stomata actually look like in a plant cell. So these are the guard cells, and that's the stomata. The changes in the mean width of the stomata in normal conditions are an advantage to the plant. So in normal conditions, we are looking at the dotted line. During the daytime, the mean width is actually much higher, and the mean width during the night is actually low. Why is it an advantage? Well, during the daytime, in normal conditions, in midday, that's where the light intensity is going. You could expect the light intensity to be the highest. That means the rate of photosynthesis should be the highest. For photosynthesis to take place, you need the stomata to be guard cells to open, so that enough carbon dioxide can actually go in to the plant. Now during the night, Obviously, there's no photosynthesis, which means that the stomata can actually be closed. So here's the answer. Stomata are almost closed at midnight because there is no light or less light for photosynthesis. Closing the stomata reduces or prevents water loss. Stomata are open widest at midday as maximum light intensity is available for photosynthesis to take in more or the most carbon dioxide required for photosynthesis. Question 5.5. The changes in the mean width of the stomata in low atmospheric condition or carbon dioxide are different from the changes in normal conditions. Explain how the difference helps the plant to survive in low atmospheric condition. Now, in low atmospheric condition, you can see that is actually, so in normal, it's about 75% open. You could say mean width is about 75, and that's about 90. So it's higher by 15 arbitrary units, and it's actually open for longer as well. So it's open for much longer time when it's at low atmospheric carbon dioxide conditions. So what is the explain how the difference helps the plant to survive, right? So stomata are open wider and for more time, which allows the plant to take in more carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Now, here's a little bit of notes to compare transpiration and translocation. So transpiration is basically water evaporating or moving out of the plant, and it's in one direction. Translocation, on the other hand, happens in the phloem. So transpiration happens in the xylem, translocation happens in the phloem, and it happens in both directions. It's a worthwhile image to actually remember and to make notes on. That brings us to the end of question number 5, and I will see you in the next question.